Yes, Ms. Nube.
Thank you, Chair. May I proceed, Chair? Thank you.
Yes, please.
Mr. Behari, there's just two loose ends that I want to tie up with you. The one relates to your repeated refrain about how the IPID report was addressed to Chief Mapieye, and he was the one that had to go ahead with the disciplinary proceedings, so that there was the directive that he must initiate those proceedings. Now, I just want to discuss that with you within the context of when that directive comes. You know, it comes after the 22 August 2023 change of delegation. And importantly, it also comes at a time when Mr. Ngiza is on suspension, correct?
Yes, I think so.
And so I just want to understand from you, how was Chief Mapieye supposed to initiate those disciplinary proceedings? Because we know by now that the first disciplinary proceedings had been withdrawn, the investigation had been withdrawn, which effectively means the charges had been withdrawn by June 2023. So how was he going to get these charges or initiate these disciplinary proceedings in light of that new directive, the delegation matrix? On your version, how was he going to do that?
Chair, he would have to engage with the HOD, HR. So remember, all the disciplinaries in the city, even after that letter, and the system of delegations, the HODs were still, HR was still ultimately responsible for disciplinary proceedings. So the HOD, being Chief of Police, will engage with that HOD.
And you are, of course, aware of the allegation by Ms. Ngiza and Mr. Chief Mapieye that Ms. Gasheka was part of the clique that was trying to protect Brigadier Mkwanazi.
Yeah, I think I couldn't avoid that allegation even from the outset. It is there. The clique was mentioned.
Yes. So can you appreciate the difficulty that he would have been confronted with in not initiating those proceedings without, at the very least, even if you had to apply this new delegation matrix, if it is a directive from IPID that says institute proceedings, the disciplinary proceedings, would he still have to come in terms of that new matrix to request for an investigation to be done?
If it's linked to the maybe not having any confidence in HOD Linda because of the being identified in a clique, there are other processes available to him. Remember, it comes from the MMC Masuku who received the documents. He could have went to MMC and said, I don't trust the city manager, I don't trust HOD HR, and I don't trust HOD legal. So what is the further option? So MMC could have taken down his complaint and proceeded. But you cannot say that because I believe you're in a clique, we're not going to take the process forward. There's options available if you have that problem.
Okay, and then insofar as the 22 August 2023 matrix, delegation matrix concern, you mentioned a meeting that happens on the 17th of August when I asked you what preceded the 22 August matter or delegation matrix. Chief Mapieye says that there's something that happens even before the 17 August meeting. If I could just ask you to briefly go to his statement on page 28. At paragraph 104. Page 28, paragraph 104. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
So So he says at 104, on 15 August 2023, I delivered to the city manager the letter of intent to institute proceedings regarding the precious stone theft allegedly committed by members of the EMPD who were reporting directly to Brigadier Mkwanazi. When I delivered it to her, she challenged me on the fact that the letter does not make any reference to Brigadier Mkwanazi and neither does he appear in the attached pictures. She suggested that I was persecuting Brigadier Mkwanazi and was biased towards him and threatened to suspend me with immediate effect. She immediately corrected herself and told me that she was actually suspending me with immediate effect. On 17 August 2023, the city manager called a meeting at which she claimed the department was dysfunctional and having at the conclusion of which she stated that she had decided that I shall take special leave with immediate effect so that I can clear my head, rest and come back neutral with no bias. I was placed on 30 days leave. See that?
Yes, Chair.
All of this happens just before the 22nd of August. So we've got the 15th of August. He comes with new charges that he's got against Brigadier Mkwanazi. The 17th, that meeting happens. Then it's the anonymous email on the 20th, and the 22nd of August 2023 is the new delegation. Have you had any regard to the fact that these could also have been factors in what motivated the delegation, the new delegation matrix?
Chair, I became aware when I received the letter of demand from, I think it was the attorney's firm, on the precious stones. I'm not so aware of what happened prior to that in the discussions, but yes, I only became aware after that as regards the meeting held with the other officers. The discussions between on the special leave and so on happened between Chief of Police, City Manager, and HOD HR. I accepted it to be arising out of the complaints, which I believe were serious, in the 17th, the meeting of the 17th. So at the meeting, I think it's important that, I mean, it's on record now, so you can go through that. But there were several issues raised, and I understood then, I think it was around the next day or so, that I was called in terms of a service of a letter of leave, special leave. And I understood it to be that he had requested to be placed on leave. He could not have any days leave left, and the only option apart from unpaid leave was special leave. So that is the only aspect I dealt with it from there.
Mr. Behari, sorry, Mr. Behari, this meeting on the 17th of August, earlier when you were discussing this change in disciplinary steps, who takes what decision, you referred to a meeting where there were complaints, there were camps, and there were complaints, including against Mr. Ngqiza. Is this meeting of the 17th of August?
Yeah, the 17th of August, there seemed to be a meeting between Chief of Police and City Manager, which I'm not aware of, Chair. But the meeting I'm talking about, there was a meeting 17th where the complaints were coming from EMPD.
Yes, my question is about the second, the latter.
Okay.
The meeting where everyone was present, where there were camps. I think that's how you described it. So there were camps, you described it that way. That's a meeting of the 17th of August.
Yes.
You were present in that meeting?
No, I wasn't.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Chair. No further questions from me.
Thank you, Mr. Governor.
Mr. Behari, very quickly, can we go to that document that I asked you to look at? It is the transcript of Dr. Mashazi's evidence, the very last page.
No, and I think I understand now why you called me Mr. Mashazi yesterday, Chair. You seem to be fixated on that.
Do you see now? So, Mr. Behari, are you there?
Yes, Chair.
Because from paragraph 9, maybe just take time and read paragraph 9 to 17.
Sorry, Chair, just to quickly the date, the page again?
The last page.
Oh, okay.
So it will be page 110 of 268.
Yes, Chair.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
From paragraph 9, Dr.
Yes.
Mashazi, is that there? Until where she stops, just before advocacy law.
Yes, Chair.
Just read it loud, please.
The report was fully analyzed by corporate and legal. Hence, I can allow Advocate Kemi to come and talk to the report and also talk to his opinion about the report. And I indicated at the beginning of my response that if I was ill-advised or given an opinion that is not sustainable from the department, can we allow Advocate Kemi to come and speak to the report? That is all I'm asking.
Yes. So it's quite clear that she relied on your opinion.
On that report that we drafted for
Yeah.
me?
Yes.
Yes, on both aspects.
And she says if that opinion was wrong and she was ill-advised, you must come and talk to that because she relied on it.
Chair, yes. She's my accounting officer. I'm the head of legal.
Yeah.
If I discuss a report with her and if it's incorrect
Yeah.
in terms of what she says, then of course I must talk.
So at least she has a defense. Her defense is, my head of legal said these charges are not sustainable. I relied on that.
No, correct you.
So it's for the head of legal to now come and defend his opinion.
Yes, Chair.
Yes.
That is the letter of, we were talking about the draft letter.
Yes.
All right, so
Yeah. And then finally, sorry, I may have interrupted you. You wanted to say something?
no, I'm just saying, Chair, that is what the input with Dr. Mashazi was based on the drafted letter from the city of, from us, from the legal department.
All right. And to be fair to you, we have a witness that's going to be giving evidence after you, and it's Mr. Shega. You are familiar with her. She was HOD for...
Yes, I
Yes.
am.
And she has prepared a statement for the commission. We've had the opportunity to read it. You have not had the opportunity to read it. But there are 3 paragraphs in her statement that concern you. And it's only fair that we let you have regard to them and simply confirm to us whether what she says is accurate or not. I'm actually thinking of giving you the 3 paragraphs for you to look at, and then maybe...
Commissioner Kumalo, I did give it to the
Oh,
witness.
you have it there?
Yes, he does have it.
Advocate Seagulls. Paragraph 27.3 and 27.4 on page 9 of Mr. Shega's statement. Please just read those 2 paragraphs and confirm whether what she says is accurate.
27.3, around the month of May 2023, the accounting officer called Chief Mapiyeye, Kolani Niza, HOD, Kemi Behari, and myself into a meeting. She wanted answers as to why the disciplinary hearing of erstwhile Brigadier Makunazi has not commenced. Mr. Gneza provided an explanation, including that the processes were at an advanced stage. The investigation has been concluded. The appointment of the presiding officer and prosecutor is underway, and the charges are to be drafted soon accordingly. So on that paragraph, Chair, I do recall there was concerns around the delays in the process. I can't, specifically recall that exact meeting on that day, but I do recall there were discussions on the delay of the processes.
You can't dispute what she said.
I can't dispute it, Chair.
Thank you. Next paragraph.
27.4, although I cannot recall all the facts at this point, Dr. Mashazi then explained that the disciplinary code agreement talks to 3 months to conclude a disciplinary proceeding and that it has expired. There is no need to extend it. Erstwhile Brigadier Mkonazi was to come to work. Instead, we were to account for why the investigation was not concluded, if not.
Do you dispute what is recorded in 27.4?
In terms of the meeting, yes, I'm not disputing it, Chair. As I said, I cannot recall to the extent of it, but there was concerns about the delays in the process up to then.
So I take it you're not disputing what is
No, Chair.
recorded there. Page 12, paragraph 37.
Must I read it as well, Chair? Yeah. In August 2023, the accounting officer raised the issues relating to how the labor relations cases are handled, especially EMPD cases, including the case of Brigadier Mkonazi, as it was now raised via an anonymous person's or emails. When we were called to account, HR could not fully account for it, especially Mr. Gneza. The accounting officer raised more than the non-management of labor cases by Mr. Gneza and how the issue of charges was managed. In the discussion, it was suggested that HOD Kemi and me be fully involved in the issue of disciplinary process, and the instruction was very clear, hence the new procedure was developed.
Do you dispute what is recorded there?
No, it actually supplements or adds to what I've been talking about in terms of the report, Chair.
All right. Just one thing, you see there it talks about the anonymous emails, and arising from that, you appointed an audit firm, remember, to deal with the leak.
No, Chair, when the anonymous emails came through to our attention, I engaged with the city manager to say these are concerns which we need to address as information officers. She then called in, I think it was, at that stage it was the CAE, Lindiwe Hlaza. And thereafter, I didn't follow the process until the appointed firm then contacted us for information as to what is required.
And then in their report, the so-called audit report, if you remember correctly, in one of the late paragraphs in their recommendations, they actually recommended that a legal opinion be obtained on the prospects of succeeding in a disciplinary process against Julius Mkhwanazi. Do you remember that? It's in paragraph 27 point something, 1.27 or something like that.
Yeah, I did look at that part where a legal opinion needed to be obtained.
Sorry, it's actually paragraph 13.9.2 of that audit report. I think you have it in front of you.
Yes, first obtain a legal opinion.
Just read it, please.
Section 7, okay, 13.9.2. First, obtain a legal opinion on the city's prospects of success prior to commencing or instituting disciplinary action against Mkhwanazi in light of inter alia. Those aspects.
Yes, did you obtain that legal opinion?
No, Chair.
No, yes or no, did you obtain it?
This I don't believe will be a yes or no answer, Chair. I just want to go back to, this comes from 13.1. In the findings, in the circumstances, NISA had an obligation to first obtain a legal opinion. So it was about NISA obtaining a legal opinion, not me, Chair.
No, but it's now August. We know that in terms of the new code, NISA has no authority. There's a recommendation that Ekurhuleni should obtain a legal opinion. Only you can do that at this stage.
Chair, in terms of the processing of the forensic reports, there is a process that we take it through. Then only does it come back to us to say, okay, implement these findings or not. So at that stage,
was it implemented either by you or
not by me? Not by me.
And you know he was suspended, so I don't know why you're saying NISA should have done this. Because he was suspended, he couldn't do this.
Chair, if he was, as I say, Chair, there's a process for processing forensic reports. When you go to impact, which the internal audit department does, then impact comes back and say, okay, deal with these issues. I did not deal with this issue because it was not about, the finding was not against us. It was about not proceeding further, firstly, in terms of what ought to be, and hence the findings were made against NISA. He ought to have done that. It was the finding that was made against him at that stage.
Ms. Behari, I'm done, but I find it strange that NISA, who's the subject of the investigation, because he's one of the suspects, somebody suspects that he's the one who leaked the documents and he's the author of the email and he's under investigation, then the report must go to him to implement the very report that investigates him. I just find that very strange.
Chair, okay, I'm saying that there was a report. This is a forensic report on the findings of what transpired before. The report is not for NISA to implement at this stage. It is a report of the forensic audit that goes to internal audit department. Internal audit then takes that with a report to impact to say this is what the situation is. These are the findings, are the fruitless and wasteful expenditure, where are the irregularities that occurred, and then it goes to impact, and then impact makes a recommendation on the way forward. So at the time of the finding by the internal audit company or the forensic firm, it means that we found these issues that should have been done before we proceeded to that extent. So that is where, so at that stage, there's no indication to me to deal with that, Chair. I hear you're finding it strange, but that is the process I can describe in terms of processing internal audit reports.
just find out who ordered this report, this investigation, what you call the forensic investigation.
Okay, so Chair, arising out of the BXBX emails, when it came to our attention, I went to City Manager, we discussed the issue in terms of our compliance. CM then discussed the matter with the internal audit, Chief Audit Executive, Ms. Lindiwe Hleza. And thereafter, we know that Mr. Philip Rakhwale, when he started acting, then he processed the matter to the appointment of the firm and engaged further on that.
So you didn't appoint the firm?
No, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. That's all for the witness.
Thank you very much, Mr. Behari. You are excused.
Thank you, Chair. Oops.
Chair, may you indulge us with an adjournment for us to prepare ourselves for the next witness? 10 minutes, please.
You come in when you indicate.
Thank you, Chair.
Let's adjourn.